Ever wished your Lego Boost robot could explore a room on its own without bumping into everything? In this video I will show you how to make your robot sense its surroundings and navigate around obstacles with ease. With over 15 years of experience in educational robotics, I've refined these steps to be clear and simple. And not only that, I will show you the one method I use every day to solve complex problems. Stick with me, you'll have a working robot in minutes. Imagine diving headfirst into a robotic tutorial, eager to bring your mechanical marvel to life, only to find yourself lost in a sea of code. This is a common pitfall for beginners. Tutorials often skip the crucial steps or explaining the logic and reasoning behind the design and programming choices. It's like trying to bake a cake without knowing why you're mixing flour and sugar instead of soda and salt to begin with. Yeah. I always tell my students that the magic begins before you even touch the device. Picture this, you're explaining to a friend how your robot should behave. How do you speak? You're using plain everyday language. We should do the same for our robots. I know, this is not really exciting, is it? And in fact, my students tend to skip this task, but I assure you it's the secret sauce that sets you apart from 99% of programmers. So let's take our problem. Our task is to create a robot that can navigate a room, equipped with a distance sensor to detect the obstacles. Instead of jumping into the code, let's describe the robot's actions in natural language. The program sequence starts. Okay. Start moving forward. Then wait until you detect an obstacle. Once an obstacle is detected, you stop. Then back up a bit and turn to change direction. And then you repeat this process from the beginning, allowing the robot to explore an entire room, an entire house. What we just did is called pseudocode. That means almost code. By breaking down the actions in natural language, you ensure that every step is clear and logical. This approach not only helps you understand the why behind each action and choice, but also makes the transition to coding seamless. You're essentially creating a blueprint that you can later follow to program your robot. You'll find that your understanding deepens and your programming skills will soar. It's a simple yet powerful strategy that transforms how we approach robotics. Now that we have a plan, let's translate it into Lego Boost programming blocks. Once the lobby screen appears, scroll all the way to the right and click on the window to unroll the curtain, and tap here again to enter the Creative Canvas programming environment. Tap plus to create a new project. Next, go back to change its settings. Tap on the wrench, rename it to Explorer. Okay. Now the level for the pallets of 2 stacked bricks is okay for this one. And we can leave the icon as it is and enter the project. Let's start with the first line of the pseudocode. Program sequence starts. We need a start block. Then start moving forward. The verb start going, what makes you think of? Exactly, movement blocks, the green ones. I've covered the basics in a previous video. So in this case we want to start moving, but not for a predetermined amount of time. So we just start going straight at slow speed. Forward is a negative speed because of the way the robot is designed. When the pseudocode says something like wait until, you should usually think of flow control blocks, the yellow ones. In this case it would be something like this. Use this block, wait until it's true. And then go here and compare the distance read by the sensor and wait it to be less than 8. But this is way too complicated, isn't it? Luckily for us, the Lego Boost app has a shortcut block that works just the same, the wait for distance block. Which is this one. This block is orange because it's a sensor block, so we can just use the same one, get rid of this, and place it here. Much simpler, isn't it? What does it do? Well, the wait for distance block pauses the program until the distance measured by the sensor is less than 8 out of 10, which is a range about like this maybe. So don't be fooled, the motors that were turned on by the drive-based move steering green block are still running while the program sequence is paused there. Once the condition is met, the program can continue. At this point we want the robot to stop, so we can take this block and stop the drive base. Next we use our old friend, the move steering for time block, to go backwards, so positive, by pivoting on a wheel for 1 second. Will this amount of time will be enough? Well, we can try and then adjust it. Okay, now we have translated the pseudocode line by line into blocks. Now we just need to repeat those blocks actions forever. So we will need a loop forever block and place everything inside here, and now we just have to test it. But did you know that this LEGO sensor can also see colors? I'll show you how to do that in the next video.